court case against the governor, state rep Anthony. I filed this against all states, and it's on CCAB. It's also listed for I filed it on the 9th for, and it's against all these states. Okay. So let's look for Florida quick. Okay. So Brad Little. Okay. That. I'll have to make sure I sent this to the right address. They have 2 addresses down. Now, did they screw this up on CCAP? Okay, here's Florida right here. Okay. So it's wrong. This one must be right here. So this address is 2nd floor. Okay. I hope the mailman will know that. I hope you guys understand that. But now since I filed all these, I see a video starting to pop up. Like I said, I have to mail the thing out. I have to mail all these out to all the states. And I have other ones in other papers. If you look at the stacks, I have more papers filed states, more lawsuits, more federal on targeted individual day, August 29th. I'm filing the one for federal in Chicago. And that one I will be filed. And again, I am filing it August 29th. And then this state right here is trying to stay, they're not part of a microwave weapon attacking individuals or attacking innocent people with a federal. Federal and state employees are working together. They use the satellites and cell phones. So I'll be there August 29th, and then I'll be going to Florida a couple days after that. I'm going to see if I catch I put a cease and desist operation in for Florida. So they should have got it, and they should be getting a letter from me pretty soon. Let's see if they attack me on their land. So if I get attacked on their land, I got attacked on their land in 2019 and again in about 2000 something. I was there 2 times in Florida. I got attacked pretty bad. Miami's pretty bad. I got attacked in Fort Lauderdale in 2019. In Miami, I got attacked pretty good. And I believe in 2008. In 2008 or 9, I was in Florida and I got attacked. And I believe that was, or there might be another time I was down there, but I can't remember. But I was attacked multiple times when I was down there.
You know, I said,
And I was spied on through live camera for evasion of privacy.
at the state level, I'm in the state legislature. It's time to cut all ties with DOJ. It's time to pass a law saying that what they're
Okay,
doing.
did it say, what does it say?
At the state level, I'm in the state legislature. It's time to cut all ties with DOJ. It's time.
DOJ is a state, at least I think DOJ is a state governed place.
You know, I said at the state level, I'm in the state legislature. It's time to cut all ties with DOJ. It's time to pass a law saying that what they're doing is invalid. Have the state actually push back. But in the meantime, at a minimum, cut all ties with them. No more task forces. No more mutual aid agreements amongst our.
No more task forces. No more sting operations. Did he read my lawsuit? In my lawsuit to the states and federal, it states no more investigations, no more sting operations because it induces crimes and entrapment. It seems like my paper or my lawsuit has leaked out, um, and they didn't pay for it on my website. I don't know if they got the paper already. Maybe the state already got it, or somehow they got it in Washington, D.C. Let's listen to it again.
I said at the state level, I'm in the state legislature. It's time to cut all ties with the DOJ. It's time to pass a law saying that what they're doing is invalid. Have the state actually push back. But in the meantime, at a minute.
So they want to pass a law, which I'm asking the rest of all federal and state employees, for invasion of privacy, sexual assaults, setting up innocent. I mean, you should see the lawsuit. If you go to Your Social Freedom, this is the first one. I had to amend it. So this is the first. This is the first one. If you go on here, you can view it for $10. Okay, and to view these other blogs, it costs. It's just $10 for a month, or to view other things about how to get involved is like $20 a month. But I am going to be updating this more so people can actually, if you look at all this, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. But I'm going to be updating it more with more information, more stuff. It has about file your own lawsuit or join mine. I mean, here's the official lawsuit. But I'm going to have, under the official lawsuit, it's going to say this one is the first one. The attorney was attacked being sick. So I got to upload the pictures of them. The attorney saying he was sick and it's attacked. So that will be saying this one was sick and got attacked. And the first part of the lawsuit, he wrote it kind of wrong. So then it says lawsuit against the people and Travis Huss versus the U.S. states of the United States. And it says amended. And then it's going to say another one. That one's for international tort. This next one's for personal injury. Next one's for harassment. Next one's for John Doe. John Doe means the arrest of all state employees. Then there's going to be another one for federal, international, and more for federal and more. I mean, non-stop lawsuits. And you only can view it here on Your Social Freedom. Okay? You can view it here, or you can come down to Wisconsin and view it right in the courthouse, which is free, as if it gets sealed. Some of them might get sealed. So you got to come here and pay for $10, $20, or go to the federal courthouse in Chicago and you can view it as if that one gets sealed, since they do not want chaos breaking out in America, or maybe people viewing it. They might try to seal it, but you can view it on my site since I am the one filing it. Again, join me August 29th in Chicago at the Federal Building, August 29th, which I gotta look up. I have never did it. Will they stop me? I gotta see about a protest. Federal Building in Chicago. Should we look for that address? I'll be there on August 29th. If you're gonna come to Chicago and look for this. Let's see the address. So right here's the address. It looks like it's a big tall building. So let me get a picture of this. Most likely, I think this is, let me see, the federal court. Let's see. Let's make sure this is the federal. Okay, federal court building. Okay. Federal Court of Law. I think I'm gonna do the one in A. That's appeals. So okay, so that might go later on. I have appeals going on right now, so we're gonna say it's gonna be the one at section A. So right here, A, August 29th. That one will be filed. Again, my computer's acting up. It always does this. But let's watch this video again.
At the state level, I'm in the state legislature. It's time to cut all ties with the DOJ. It's time to pass a law saying that what they're doing is invalid. Have the state actually push back. But in the meantime, at a minimum, cut all ties with them. No more task forces. No more mutual aid agreements amongst our political subdivisions, our sheriffs, our police chiefs. We'll do us. They need to stay out of our lane. That's what needs to happen at the state level. And I'm the only candidate running in this race that's pledged to vote against any budget that funds this guy. We need to defund these lawless federal law enforcement agencies and go back to just interstate compacts among the state attorney general to actually start enforcing against crime at the national level. But we do not need the FBI and the DOJ getting involved in every aspect of our life, haunting the political domestic opponent of.
Okay, so I'm going to try to figure out where the rest of that is. But that is evidence right there stating that the federal is doing crimes, but now they're trying to divide, which is kind of in the Bible. The first part is dividing, which we divide. The states are all going to divide, federal's going to divide, because they do not want to go to jail. State employees and all of them, they're going to all blame each other. They're going to play the blame game. And it could lead to war. Who knows what happens? So, federal is doing it, but federal has stated that state employees under IAC is in every police force in every state. And also drug units are part of this that know about satellites and controlling people with a microwave weapon. So I gotta record this video so I have this part of evidence.
You know, I said at the state level, I'm in the state legislature. It's time to cut all ties with the DOJ. It's time to pass a law saying that what they're doing is invalid. Have the state actually push back. But in the meantime, at a minimum, cut all ties with them. No more task forces. No more mutual aid agreements amongst our political subdivisions, our sheriffs, our police chiefs. We'll do us. They need to stay out of our lane. That's what needs to happen at the state level. And I'm the only candidate running in this race that's pledged to vote against any budget that funds this guy. We need to defund these lawless federal law enforcement agencies and go back to just interstate compacts among the state attorney general to actually start enforcing against crime at the national level. But we do not need the FBI and the DOJ getting involved in every aspect of our life, haunting the political domestic opponent of.
Okay,
you know, I said,
and that was on Real America Voice War Room.
DOJ. It's time to pass.
Okay, so I got that recorded. Let's see these comments now. So let's retweet this. So he says defund, I am for all the defund. He's trying to do the same thing as me, trying to take away the law of people. But the thing is, the corruption has, as it says in the Bible, the corruption has spread to states and to the whole world. So it's way worse than he thinks. I don't know if he's really in Florida and he's studied them, or he doesn't want Florida to go bankrupt, to tell you the truth. So he's probably on board to go after. I'm trying to figure out who all knows about this and what. But let's see. Let's see some of these comments. Okay, he's a call to activists and a targeted individual in Texas. Okay, so is this... Okay. Hello? Hello? So I get random calls always. I don't know if it's the government harassing me, or people are trying to scare me since I filed harassment. I get calls all day long. See, this one was um, this one's right here, but I get all these calls. Some of them have changed the number, but when you file, they have stated when you file harassment or things against state, they have um, they filed things against other people. Um, Let me see. I think his name was Jeff. Uh, but he got threatening calls. I think it's Jeff or it's Webb. Let's try Webb once. I can't remember because the government is blocking some of my knowledge in my head. But I'm trying to figure out. They did an experiment. Uh, there you go. It's Gary Webb. So Gary Webb had got threatening calls. He was a writer, and he died. And he got threatening calls all the time when he went to Washington D.C. and he started questioning about this crack or microwave or experiments from a microwave weapon, because the microwave weapon leads to drugs, which is meth and crack, cocaine, heroin. And he found out the government was selling it, and first he got threatening calls, and then he got attacked, and then he got killed. Killed the messenger. Um, so this was some kind of dark alliance. Like I said, this person got killed already because they attacked him.
Newspapers. And in 1996, I wrote a series of stories entitled Dark Alliance, which was about CIA involvement in drug trafficking. Great story is saying it was essentially a war between my editors and myself because I wouldn't apologize for the story or back away from the story, and fought them on it publicly. And so they transferred me to a bureau that was 140 miles from where I lived, and I called in sick a lot.
See, he tried to come forward about the government being corrupted in 2004, about them selling drugs and microwaving people, and they tried to stop him, which he got threatening calls, and then he got killed.
Story that, as I told my editors, had a very high...
Some of the...
Let's check it on here. Okay. I didn't know his son made a new movie.
I'm a mom of 4 kids. We have 1 in high school, a toddler, and our latest addition, 7-month-old.
How do you feel about how the film Kill the Messenger depicts your father, Gary Webb?
I feel like it depicts him very well in two ways. He really shows how serious he took his job and how important it was to never stop fighting for the truth. And it really shows how loving of a father he was, and how fun he was. And while all this madness was going on in his life, he was still able to take the time and spend, quality time with his family.
Okay, so he went out there and he found out they were doing experiments with the microwave weapon, with their selling drugs from Mexico, and he was going to Washington, D.C. trying to question people. And he got a lot of threatening calls. Let's see if this shows it.
Gary Webb, sounds like Mercury News.
You believe in conspiracy theories, Gary?
No, I don't believe in conspiracy theories. Conspiracies, yes. If I believe it, there's nothing theory about it.
Was the government aware that you were smuggling tons of cocaine into the United States?
Yes, the government knew.
This leads to very sensitive national security matters.
National security and crack cocaine in the same sentence. Does that not sound strange to you?
I'm going to tell you the whole truth. I'm going to introduce you to people you should talk to. And then you will be faced with the most important decision of your life.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Deciding whether to share it or not.
One of the DEA's most wanted brought in thousands of kilos of cocaine to the U.S. every day. For them.
For who?
The U.S. government. Or with them. Or at least while they were looking the other way. Jesus.
LA, New York, Atlanta. I couldn't sell it fast enough to keep up with supply.
Fancy information you have there. Dangerous. What you found here, Gary, is a monster. You have no idea what you're getting into. Do you really tell me that I should just walk away from this? You'd be an idiot not to.
This story scares people.
I'm your big brother.
Well, it should.
Be careful.
There are ongoing operations you're in danger of exposing. We know you were in Nicaragua. Am I being followed?
Find a solution where you be for the revolution.
I thought my job was to tell the public the truth, the facts, pretty or not. And let the publishing of those facts make a difference in how people look at things, at themselves, and what they stand for.
We'd never threaten your children, Mr. Webb.
What'd you say?
It's over.
I'm not finished with it! I'm not finished! This is a true story. Some stories are just too true to tell.
Where you be for the revolution.
But if you watch that movie, it actually shows him getting harassing phone calls. So let's keep on. Okay, so if we read all these comments and replies, I'll have to see if I can get the data from this thing, because this might show a lot of people's messages and truth on this. If people have spoke anything on here. So I'm going to try to copy this and paste it. Let's see if I can just keep on putting showing replies, because if people talk on social media, I can use it in the court. Federal's gonna be sued. Same with the state. Okay, this person wants federal out. I want federal out. But the thing is, even with federal out, the government won't stop. The state employees have it. You have to restrict U.S. Space Force. Okay? You want to see what I have so far for the federal one? So, let's see. Let's see if this one. Nope, this is all states. I have to look for it. I have so many different ones. It could be this one. Oh, that's a different one. So, I don't know, I got so many papers all over. I'll have to find it and find where it is. So I have to find that one. I hope it's saved because I worked on it, so I'll have to find that. Okay, I hope this is getting you nowhere. This is your new reality, and he will make it worse. Okay, now they're talking about Antichrist. Okay. So that must be all the replies, maybe? Is that everything for all the comments on here? I'll have to watch this and see. Or is that just the... Okay, did I get a picture of that one? No longer provide Florida with federal money for anything. Because the federal, they get grants from federal to listen to them. So the state, I already predicted this. When I was first doing my videos for myself, I predicted every state would divide. And some states would group up. Corporations would buy states. Other countries would get bought. Everybody's trying to divide into their own countries and make their own laws, which maybe they want to divide, but maybe they want to group up together, but or is it group up as their own country? But the thing is, they're defenseless. If the Florida stands by theirself, the United States of Federal is going to prison or to thing by the American citizens or by the resistance for them to be arrested. And the states that surrender to be arrested too. And if Florida has corrupted people, they will be arrested, which I don't know if they have corrupted people. But the only bad news is, under the Bible, it says America gets destroyed, so dividing is destroyed. But the one bad thing is, there's a new world order out there. Under Russia, China, and Canada, Mexico, they're all trying to make the world as one. If you look in 2016, 2017, Trump sold the person that made the internet to a donation group. And it's called One World. So I don't know where I put that evidence again. It's on my phone. But under, they sold it, and it's called One World. So when you divide, and Russia and all these people are trying to come and attack and make states and group up everybody under the same laws, Florida will be defenseless, unfortunately. So whoever wins this war for the Civil War on the end, after the World War is done, will have the laws. Or they can get brought out or anything else. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, either we're going to have to listen to Russia, China, a new kind of United States, new kind of Canada, or the United Kingdom, maybe Europe, Africa, Mexico. Whoever wins this world war or makes the agreements is the ones that are going to be doing a lot of this. And there's a war between all kinds of people and different ideas, different things. So let's see unseen tweets. Okay. That's not 845 comments. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to... This guy says it was a targeted individual in Texas, but I believe he's a government person, maybe. We are not sure yet. So apparently this is starting a podcast. So I'll have to save this. Maybe I wonder if I can try to talk on their podcast. So
when I have seen it.
let's see if they'll get this message. Okay. So I got that one started. He's an extremist. So I have to put that down. That down. So it looks like this is so let's type in the real America voice on this one's. So I don't know if I wrote these people yet. Let's see if I can get on their show. Kind of curious if I can get on their show. So I have a lot of things to talk about the government. Let's see. Send us your voice or pictures. Well, how do I get on the show? Okay, let's see if they contact me. A lot of these people are paid off.
To speak your mind, and nobody's going to put a muzzle on you.
Okay, so again, I'm busy. I'm trying to update all this, but you know, I keep on going more. So I'm gonna put this on there quick. I bookmark pages, but then okay, did I take a picture? Let's take a picture of this one.
I'm Mandela Barnes. People like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, bringing big, bold ideas.
So we try another person. Okay, he seems.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
What we have to realize is that.
So you see how he has the third eye? Is he projected already? Or is he, what is this? The sun? Illuminati? But, or is this the temple in Antarctica? Because I see 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 6, 8, 9, 10. There's only 10 there. So I don't know, he must not understand the sun has symbols and that. But he does have electricity. Let's see his prediction on the future of America. Let's see what he knows, because I'm kind of curious.
Experience.
What we have to realize is that we're Americans. You know, we're deeply selfish monsters that have been bred to destroy all life on Earth. We have to not lose sight of that message. We're here to fuck things up for everyone else, not each other. And that's what we had in the 80s and the 90s. We had a commitment to apathy while our leaders ran around pillaging the earth. And we made great movies and great art, and it was fine. Yes, people got killed, but people always get killed. But now we're at war with each other. We should just be enjoying the spoils of the end of the empire. Truly. You should be enjoying it. So many people got killed, murdered, tortured, and maimed for us to have all the nice things we have. Do you know how insane it is to not enjoy it? You know how crazy it is to not enjoy a McMansion, a flat screen TV, a McFlurry? You know how much blood is in the street for those things? And people act like they don't even matter. And they're fighting about all this bullshit. It's crazy. Anyway, that's the truth. That's the real truth. Nobody wants to hear it, but that is the truth. We have a lot of these things are nice, but some of them are ill-gotten gains. Fine, you know. Not everybody picking tomatoes is happy about it. But have you ever had a nice Jersey thick beefsteak tomato? It's good. Imagine having one and then fighting with someone about something. It's stupid. If there's a hell, we're all going, and if there's not, we get reincarnated when we're Beatles or something. But just enjoy it, and nobody wants to enjoy it, and that's what makes me upset. Is that we used to have a country built on enjoyment, built on fat, stupid people enjoying the work of a small group of demons, and now we can't even enjoy it. Can't even have fun.
That would be the only way to get us out of this.
That's right.
If we ever realize that the problems that we have with issues are far smaller than the problems or the issues that we agree on. Like, everybody agrees we have to have less crime. Everybody agrees that we have to have more education. Everybody agrees that we have to have safer streets and safer cities. Everybody agrees that.
That's right.
And the things that we disagree on.
Okay, so.
Then the problems the issues that we agree on. Like, everybody agrees we have to have less crime. Everybody agrees.
Everybody knows less crime. But the government's making crime by making us brainwashed or making us have dreams or controlling us emotions. They're trying to make crime so the world is one or we go to war. So that the future of America is trying to do less crime, but they're okay making a lot of crime to group up the world.
More education. Everybody agrees.
And more education, that is going to go down. Unfortunately, education is going to go down. More education will happen because we're going to live for thousands of years. But high schools are going to go away because the government is no more. Colleges are going to go away because we don't need them. Machines and AI have taken over. Machines and AI are going to be taken over in the next 10 years. and accounting is gone. AI is taking over. So why would you need to go to college and more education when a computer is calculating and doing your job? So let's go to school and learn how to do accounting and other things when the computer's doing it. What's the point of learning it if the computer is doing it? There's no point of learning how to do certain things, or even electrical or planes or driving cars, if they're all drove by robots or drove by cars. The only people that need to go to school are coders, are coding people, are people that know how to build robots, till robots build robots, and then coding is built by AI, and then there's nobody going to school no more. Education is way lower.
You have to have safer streets and safer cities.
Safer streets right now is a lot of undercovers out there, and they're trying to make the world. And a lot of people they're getting brainwashed.
Everybody agrees that.
That's right.
And the things that we disagree on, will people disagree on like how to make those things a reality though? Yeah.
So more education is fictional. I mean, you can turn on YouTube and learn stuff. You can put in the future a program in your head. You can go to sleep and watch a class when you're asleep and wake up and you know the class. You don't need to go to anything anymore.
You have less crime. Is it by letting
it's also
people out of jail?
Us being divided helps. It helps people who want to just continually operate in the system as it's constructed. And whether that is the system of perpetual war or the system of...
There we go, perpetual war. That isn't our future. War isn't our future till they group up the world as one, or one currency, or same laws, and that's what the war is going to be about. And they're okay causing chaos or making people set up people, kill people, or make crime till that's done.
Banking sector, the dominance of the financial sector, or the system is tech companies set up to have these political relationships, how they're presently constituted. People who are thriving in this system and using it to their ends do not want it changed. And people hating each other help. Do not want it changed. And people hating each other helps them.
It definitely does. Do you think that that's just human nature?
Yes.
And they're just doing it while this is happening? Or do you think it's orchestrated? This is the question, right? Is that... And is some of it... We know it's manipulated by other countries.
Yes.
We know that... China does it. We know that they have these huge Russian organizations that in their troll farms.
Yeah.
You know, we know that that's going on. The idea that we wouldn't do that to ourselves, if we were trying to get people riled up about each other.
To an extent, is probably an inherent flaw in democracy. But I'm glad I lived in one, and I'm glad I lived in the time I did.
Okay, did he say a huge flaw in democracy? That is correct.
Riled up about each other.
To an extent, is probably an inherent flaw in democracy, but I'm glad I lived in one, and I'm glad I lived.
So democracy is really a mockery, and really, a mockery is all said too. So, really, there should be a new court system made. I mean, It needs to be easier for people to understand. Too many people are confused.
In the time I did, but I do think, you know, a democracy kind of descends probably into an oligarchy eventually. The vast majority of the
What do you say, oligarchy?
go, I don't want the responsibility of citizenship. So a few really highly motivated psychopaths go, we'll handle it. We'll take it from here. And then those people are fighting over their own interests constantly.
Do you think it should be illegal to pretend to represent a human being when you're a corporation that is promoting your own needs? So do you think that, like, a corporation that hires, whether it's a foreign corporation, let's say it's a foreign one, so it's not connected to us. So do you think when you're a corporation that is promoting your own needs, so do you think that, like, a corporation that hires, whether it's a foreign corporation, let's say it's a foreign one, so it's not connected to us, that hires a company to propagandize about a specific political issue that's going to be a hot button target, and they do it as a bunch of people that attack people, and go after people with dissenting opinions, and quote tweet them and attack them, and you find out it's not even a real person.
Right.
That should be illegal. That seems to me like, if we're allowing that in this country.
Oh yeah, but we'll continue to allow anyone with enough money.
Right, but don't you think that thing right there, just that. Insidious, like pretending you're a person for a specific propaganda and having it like 1,000 accounts, and you're running it through computers, and you've got people that are responding to things, you got people that are just retweeting things and posting things, and it's all just propaganda.
It's insane that the Congress, the Congress members who went and started trading stocks based on the knowledge of how bad coronavirus was still have jobs, right? All of this is kind of insane. We're just at peak insanity here. And there's, you know, I mean,
are we at the peak?
I don't know if we're at the peak, but it's we're close to it. Like, I do believe with the way things are going, and you're looking at some really crazy trends, and I don't know when they come to a conclusion, and if they do, without something, you know, a war or some violent or whatever. But, like, it is just, you know, we're living in a time now where we all know everything's fucked, but we're mostly powerless to change it. And that's when societies start to decay past a point, and everybody just kind of sits back and watches it like a show, and it just descends into eventually something that becomes more and more unmanageable, and then either a strongman dictator type comes in, or there's some massive war that resets things. And it just descends into
Okay, let's hear this
past
again.
a point. We're mostly powerless to change it. And that's when societies start to decay past a point.
So society is going to start to decay. It sounds like they're just reading the Bible.
Everybody just kind of sits back and watches it like a show. And
Sits back and watches it like a show. Like, wow, what is all going on? I can't believe it. And this is like in the Bible, and somebody comes out, tries to save people, tries to tell the truth all over the world.
This descends into eventually something that becomes more and more unmanageable, and then either a strongman dictator type comes in, or there's some massive war that resets things, or there's some
A dictator is basically telling other governments or other things, or who knows what it is.
Disaster. But it feels like we're kind of at that point, you know? That's why I'm glad we lived in the era that we lived, and that's...
So a dictator is restricting freedoms, though.
We really should just be happy. We should be really happy. We should go, it's nice that we got the run we did, because it's not getting better.
That is true.
Here's what's
It's not gonna
Or
get
maybe it
better.
will, and God bless.
When I was a kid, I remember reading about like the fall of the Roman Empire
Yeah.
and the fall of the Greek Empire.
And I learned this in Roman history, and then they were projecting me in there, and I didn't get much to learn about first law and all that even.
And then I was thinking about America.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this thing gonna go away someday?
Right.
Is that possible? Is it possible that this is just one? I mean, we want to think it's fucking permanent, but I bet the people of Rome felt the same way.
Of course they did.
This is how it is. This is how I live
No,
every day. This
yeah.
is not going to change.
Right.
And Russians know.
They know.
They know.
Their
know
society is
it.
collapsed.
They've been through it.
Our society will go down. Nothing will ever be funnier. America will come apart in one of the funniest ways. All of these people, these grifters, everybody circling the...
So, Mike, America will come apart. That is true. It says it gets destroyed. Look at Florida, what I just said. Florida is trying to come apart and divide, or we get destroyed by Russia or China or Canada, or the federal attacks against states, or citizens join in, or it's federal and states versus citizens, or who knows, prisoner, who knows what happens, but or they all surrender. Who knows what the future is?
The Caitlyn Jenners, the Donald Trumps. It'll be funny till you'll die laughing. Literally, you'll die, but you will be laughing. It will be the most absurd and insane thing. It will be out of a fucking dystopian horror movie, and no, it won't be funnier than America, because we're a crazy country full of crazy people, and everybody's just trying to suck the last few dollars out of this bloated pig corpse of an empire before the end. And I'm no different. Watch my special and subscribe to my pod. What am I gonna fucking sit here? What am I gonna go preach on a fucking mountain? We gotta make a little money here. But make no mistake, I mean, if I'm wrong, and I'd love to be wrong, but if your attitude or your idea is that the population's gonna get smarter, healthier, and more adept at problem solving, you're on fucking crack.
Oh, yeah, probably. You're probably right.
Yeah.
Well, what happens next? Like, do you think we ever descend into some sort of like CCP controlled world, like that kind of totalitarian government? Do you think it's possible that through technology and just through people just falling apart, getting losing their fucking minds, thinking it's the right thing to do?
I think what happens next is we'll just have, these giant oscillating swings between right and left, and then I think, eventually it'll get to a point where large areas in the country are unlivable for a myriad of reasons, perhaps crime or homelessness, climate.
Unlivable, that is true. Droughts, heat waves. They're trying to push everybody together so people try to get along. Or also flooding is happening. In 2040 to 2060, a lot of things flood as if they build walls. And if nuclear bombs, war, and what did they say? There's also be prison zones. Like prison zones, certain areas will be locked off for certain prison people so they can move around freely.
Eventually, it'll get to a point where large areas in the country are unlivable for a myriad of reasons, perhaps crime or homelessness.
So why would it be unlivable for crime and homeless? I mean, crime and homeless makes that unlivable. Or maybe due to riots. Maybe they close off. Maybe they're predicting when the government tells them about the microwave weapon controlling our emotions and them setting up innocent people and they hurting us. They believe certain areas of big cities or areas might come riots or crime territory with fires and so much crime that they evacuate areas and they just left them. Maybe that's what they're predicting.
whatever, very, well off or well connected people will have these kind of enclaves this is already happening. And then there'll be, a fight to be in one of those two groups. And then eventually a dictator, a strong man, somewhere down the line, some man or woman will come in and go, this system's fucked.
The system is fucked already, but a dictator restricts freedoms. I mean, a person that says the system is fucked, I say the system is fucked, but, I say drugs should be legal. All kinds of things should be legal. A dictator restricts things, I believe.
Run things, and they will run things in a way, and probably won't be for the best, but the system will collapse. But I don't know if we'll see it, but it will collapse.
The system will collapse. I don't know if we'll see it. So the justice system, question is, will the stock system collapse?
No way.
And this is all written in the Bible anyways. And under the world order of prophecies, conspiracies.
It will collapse to a degree. And someone will come in and go, yeah, these elections are all fake and it doesn't matter anyway.
These elections are all fake because they say we're in a fake world. They're all rigged. Our voting really never mattered. I guaranteed when you go out and vote, it does not matter. You know why? If they rig the voting and they say your vote never counted, the system will collapse easier. They're going to say you never got the vote. Your constitution rights of them spying on you, they've been recording your memories, watching your devices, recording you, and the states know and federal. So that makes that collapses. They restricted your freedoms. They took advantage of people, stole people. They sold drugs. The voting, your votes never mattered. So then they say the whole system is messed up. So I guaranteed they are rigged.
You fuckers need to vote. Here's a coupon for a chicken sandwich, and people go, I like chicken. And then, people just go, fuck it, they don't care. And then you go, there'll be Netflix, and there'll be Domino's, and you'll sit in your house, and they'll say, well, you can't drive today because of the climate. And people go, yeah, it's Tuesday.
Well, you can't drive due to climate because there's heat waves. At least what they're saying. And the bad thing is, with the microwave weapon, they can make heat hotter. They've been trying to melt Antarctica, or they're trying to make people stay in their houses. So they can make heat. And they can get in your mind with a microwave weapon. They can make you think it's hot outside. They can even say there's pollution outside. There's COVID or there's disease. Stay in your house. It doesn't mean there really is. They're trying to get people to stay in their house, which is false imprisonment.
Can't get in my car because of climate. And you'll sit there and they'll feed you poison, and you'll watch TV. And a few people will riot, but very few, because most people will be pacified by the goodies, which they'll still probably have. And, the leader will come on and tell, they'll be like, hello, everyone. And you'll go, hey, there. And it'll be a celebrity. It'll be someone you know. It'll be someone you're very familiar with. And they'll say a couple of things and be like, it's not that bad, is it? And they go, nah.
So they'll have celebrities go on here?
That bad. And they'll feed you the propaganda, and you won't remember when you were free, and you won't remember. And most people will be fine with that, but me and you will be dead. And it won't matter. And we'll have experienced the best of it. We'll remember when you could get in a car without a tracking device. We'll remember when you didn't have a fucking tracking device attached to you at all times. We'll remember.
They get in a car without a tracking device? Hello, people. They have been tracking us since we've been born. They've been tracking us already with our phones. Our phones all track us already. Our human bodies have a DNA signature from a microwave weapon. Everything's already tracked. And in the future, it gets tracked too. But the thing is, you're told about it. And you can block all the tracking. It just costs money. The future changes. The companies release everything that it track, and devices get super cheap. Computers get cheap. Phones get cheap. But to block your things, it costs more and more money. You can block everything. I mean, it doesn't matter. But the thing is, I found out when I was getting set up or tracked, if I block everywhere I go, and now somebody makes up a story, I don't have anything that tracked me, and I have nobody that can say where I was. So I have to have at least one device I trust to track me, just in case a girl makes up a story, or the FBI or the police come and try to set me up. And I gotta trust one company where I can give them my video, maybe my personal information, my memories, video, my GPS, maybe my DNA, so they can make sure the government doesn't set me up. Okay? And they don't sell it. They don't sell my personal information. We don't have that company yet. Maybe it will be in the future.
When you could say what the fuck you want, alienate people, piss them off, and no one really cared, and it didn't matter because you could wake up the next day and say, sorry, I was drunk, and it wasn't on fucking Twitter. People didn't have a record of what you did and what you said and where you were and who you fucked and everything else. We will remember.
A record, who you fuck, and everything you do, that's the government has it. It's called the feed. They're doing it illegally. They've been saying it in my head. They've been watching my memories. They can say how many people I've screwed, how many I slept with. And they told me they've been watching my whole life. And then I sued the government, all the states, and I'm suing federal. If you go to Your Social Freedom, I'm trying to get all our memories, and it shows how many people you slept with, all your messages and everything. It's all on there, and the government has it.
Through freedom, we're one of the last groups of people to actually be free, and we should.
So if you go to Your Social Freedom, say turn over memories to the memory bank. Okay? Okay, so this is just the start of this. And this is going to be filed. Again, you can see this all right here under Your Social Freedom. Go to Your Social Freedom, and you can leave donations on here because I'm going around. There's my other website, and you can look at paid blogs. There's other companies on here, which these will sooner or later get more and bigger and bigger and bigger. Like I said.
Oh, thank God for that, because the hellscape that's about to be created.
So the government can track all your messages, who you slept with, because they have our memories, and I am suing them for all people to transfer them over to a company I named called Remote Viewing, Remote Viewing Memory Bank, or Remote Viewing, or UpCloud. I don't know which one. But I'm trying to get all this for when we get our memories, we can sue the government, and everybody can have thousands to billions to trillions of dollars. Or we go to war from all this stuff. But again, I mean, if you go on social freedom blogs, I was on this for a while. I'm a busy person. I mean, I'm trying to get more and more. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. I'm trying to file these exhibits to put for the court case. I mean, it could take me years. I'm trying to get more people to volunteer, or I can pay after the lawsuit to help me. If you're a lawyer and you're watching this and you want to become part of the future and you're okay to work, maybe I get a grant from the government to help pay you hourly, or you can donate your time to help file exhibits or do letters back and forth, and you can get paid after the lawsuit's won. Because this is taking, for just me, it would take me hundreds of years. I need more paralegals, lawyers. I need witnesses, more people. I mean, it's going to take a long time. I mean, it'll take thousands and thousands of people to get this done.
Is going to be so bad they won't even know how bad it is. It won't even feel like they're in prison. Because those offices we talked about, people, they get to like them. Oh, there's creamer today. French vanilla, it's your favorite. Ugh. It's coming. It's coming, and it's going to be so bad it won't even feel bad. But we'll be like, shit, remember when you could do all those things you can't do anymore? But
remember when you can't do all those things you can't do anymore? They're thinking when this comes out, they can see memories from us, okay? Right here. And they're saying cameras are going to be all over. You're going to be tracked. And the thought police, like from the movie 1984 movie, okay, talks about the thought police right here. Watch this movie in 1984. It talks about the thought police, how we will be at world war and we'll have no freedoms. And they think the things we're doing right now you can't do in the future. And that will lead to war. If you take away drugs, marijuana, meth, heroin, painkillers, their weird sexual desires, who they want to date, who they want to marry, what age, or whatever they're doing, and their religion, you take away the religion, there will be world war for thousands of years. It will never end. It will never end till you wipe their brains clean like Blade Runner and wipe away memories, or you put thought control, you make them robots. Everybody has different beliefs, different things. I mean, if you let people do drugs, are people going to go to war because they're doing drugs? Are they going to go war because they have a different religion? Are they going to go war because you're married to 3 people or 5 people? They're going to go to war that you're 40 years old and you're married to an 18-year-old? I mean, people aren't going to care who you're married to and and if you're doing drugs. But if they restrict who you can marry, your religion, and your drug use, people are going to be ready for war.
shit, remember when you could do all those things you can't do anymore?
Remember when you can't do all those things? I mean, you can do it in the future. That's what this war is about. If they restrict drugs right now, I'm telling you, if you take drugs away from a heroin addiction, a meth addiction, a cigarette from a cigarette. Let's restrict cigarettes from everybody. Let's take away alcohol. If you take away someone's alcohol bottle, their cigarette, their vape, their marijuana, their meth, their heroin, they're going to come in and fight you till they get killed. Try to take someone's drugs away.
You know, and there'll be a few people that remember it, and then they'll take all those books about that shit and burn the fuck out of them.
And then now they're talking about burning books because they don't want people to be educated on the past. That sounds like Blade Runner. I'm telling you right now, if you go to, right now, about 50 to 60% of people are doing some kind of drug. Prescriptions, alcohol, cigarettes, some kind of relaxation. And if you take that away, it's like you're stealing away their beliefs. We're going to be at war for a long time, people.
They'll go, well, those aren't good. Racism, homophobia, it's not burn, burn, burn. And people will forget when you were free, and they will just...
They're going to forget when we were free. This war is about freedom. Freedom versus thought police. There is two sides of this. Antichrist, freedom, and all that. Watch the movie 1984. It kind of explains it. It's versus freedom, which I'm about, like, let everybody have their own freedoms, or the other side about thought police. You can't look up weird things. You can't do drugs. You can't talk against governments. You can't look at women. When you're married, you can't look at anybody. You got to wear a blindfold. Who knows the laws, these people? You can't think in your head about something bad before them come knock on your door. I mean, anything.
Create a society based on goodies, little rewards, and the addiction to celebrity, where our leaders will all be celebrities who will tell you.
So all our leaders are going to be Illuminati. Illuminati is all celebrities. And that is probably kind of wrong, because Illuminati is getting arrested too.
On closed circuit television, how good things are going. And you'll go, good, thanks. That's what's going to happen.
That was one of the best rants I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Well, that was fantastic. I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong, or if I'm right, I just hope that I'm dead. Or I get to be one of the people who's keeping everyone else in the cage.
So he hopes he's one of the people that keep him in the cage. We're kind of curious what side that is on. I mean... So... So... So again, this is then I was just talking. I'm gonna try to. I streamed some stuff like redo like some of the movies or some of the things on my channel just to put out there to see people watch. Okay. That should be it. Stay tuned for the lawsuit for the states. I'm filing another part this week, and all that stuff is mailed out to the states. And it says no more harassing from police, the federal investigations, microwave weapon, and attacking of everyone in the world. And do you think they're going to listen? I am activated right now. You can tell when you have an eye or you're activated or antenna. But join me in Chicago August 29th. I will be there to August 30th. And then August 30th, I will be leaving to Florida. I just got back anyways because I was July 1st to August 1st. I went from the whole... here, I'll pull up a map quick. I was going to go, but, I get stuck on a subject. I went from all these states trying to handle flyers, okay, but the government has stopped me. So I started here. I went down here, went over, got here, Okay, then I went over here. I handed out more. Then I went over here. And then I handed out more. Then I went over here to Sandpoint, handed out more. Then I went over to Portland, handed out more. Over to Washington. I did all this, if you believe it or not. I mean, I went to all these places, handed them out. And it was a journey. I mean, I was by myself. Then I went down here. Actually, wait. I was supposed to take a train to go down here. Okay? But instead, I got detoured. Okay? Something happened. I don't remember. The government's attacking me. So I took a plane, jumped all the way down to Los Angeles because I thought I was going to run out of flyers. I sent them in U.S. mail flyers and that. Okay? So I sent them. So I jumped down here. I was supposed to take and go up to send out flyers. But instead, I was in LA and I got attacked. I really didn't hand out much flyers. I did LA a little bit. I did the police station. I got videos. Maybe I have some in the feed. I was supposed to go up. I was on the beach and I was supposed to hand them out, but I got attacked again. And then I got attacked more. I did a little bit by little bit. Then I went down here. It was like monsoon season, raining. Couldn't do it. So, got attacked. Then I went over here to New Mexico. Again, it was kind of cloudy, rainy. I got in there late. Oh, actually, I had to... Somehow I stayed up. And then I fell asleep in the hotel. Because I was wore out, or they're attacking me. Plus, I was just wore out and didn't get to do much flyers there, but I was attacked. And then I went to Colorado Springs. I was going to serve U.S. Space Force and that. And then I was attacked more, and I was at a nice place, so I was attacked more. And then they threatened more people in my family or showed pictures to scare me off. So I was supposed to go over here to go back down and go keep on over, but they attacked me more here, which pissed me off. So I jumped on a plane and came back over here to Wisconsin. And then I filed more lawsuits, and now I'm waiting, and then I'm going down to Chicago to file the federal one because they pissed me off more. And then jump down here to Florida to figure out if the state's involved. Before that, in September, last year of 2021, I went through these states, went all the way over, and I was attacked. Okay? And then I came back, I was attacked. Then I said I had to go through all these states. Okay, so I went through all these and I was attacked again and I was set up. Okay, so then I jumped on a plane. Okay, went all the way back again. Then I said I have to get out of the country. This was in 2021 of November. So I wanted to get my passport, went there, flew from there to down here, then went there to the United Kingdom to see if I could get out. They attacked me when I went through here to Canada, to Greenland, and to the United Kingdom. And then I was there for 30 days, got attacked, and they attacked me going in circles. I didn't get to see anything. They tried to set me up, gave me headaches in the hospital there. Then I flew back again and went back, and that was last year in 2021. So I almost hit all these states here. I've been attacked in all these states. I can't say I was really in... I might have been in this one or this one yet. I don't know. But I am down here. I was attacked in all these in airspace. I was attacked in these earlier in my life. These ones I have not yet. So the question is, will I be traveling through all these states after I serve these states? So stay tuned. I don't have much money to travel through these states. They've been wiping me clean. So if you can, leave a donation so I can find out if these states are going to attack me. Leave a donation here, or go to the blogs and pay or buy stuff from these stores. or do a membership that helps so I can find out if these states are doing it. So right here, you can view the lawsuits, do more. You can buy stuff that helps, okay? So again, let me know. And we'll find out more. So again, we got that store. We got another store here called Voicetoskull. Again, a whole bunch more stuff you can buy. And more stuff. So again, this is all more supporting companies. These are all going to be updated. And again, we'll find out if these states will keep on continuing attacking me. Right now, federal attacking me and all the states. And they're attacking citizens.